Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll talk about queries. And just to be clear, not the query you write in X++ code. We're talking about the query object in the AOT. This is a reusable, visual way to define how data should be fetched. So first, what is an AOT query? An AOT query defines which tables to use, how they are joined, which fields are selected, and how data is filtered or sorted. All of this is done without writing code. Think of a query like a saved search. Instead of searching again and again, you define the search once and reuse it everywhere. Now let's connect this to our project. Earlier, we created a view that combined data from the employee table and the leave request table. So we could see employee name, leave status, number of leave days. Now we'll achieve the same result, but using a query instead. And then we'll talk about why both exist. Let's create a new query. In Visual Studio, right-click on the project. Click Add, and select Query. Give it a meaningful name, for example LM Employee Leave Query. Once the query is created, we add data sources. First, we add the leave request table. Then we add the employee table. We define the join using employee ID. Again, this is simple because the tables are already related. Now our query is ready. At this point, the query represents how data should be fetched, not how it's stored. And this distinction is very important. Now let's talk about the difference between views and queries. A view lives in the database. It is physically created at the SQL level. You can open table browser on it. You can use it in reporting tools. It's great when you want a stable, database-level representation of data. A query, on the other hand, lives in the application layer. It is resolved at runtime. It is extremely flexible. You can reuse it across forms, modify it dynamically in code, or apply extra filters on top of it. So here's a real-life analogy. A view is like a printed report. It's fixed, structured, reliable. A query is like a filterable Excel sheet. Same data. More flexibility. You can slice it differently depending on the need. Now let's talk about where queries are used. Queries are commonly used in forms, reports, batch jobs, lookups. For example, instead of defining joins directly on a form, you can simply say, use this query. The form becomes cleaner. The logic becomes reusable. And if the data logic changes, you update it once in the query. Not in 5 different forms. That's a big win. One important thing to note, unlike views, queries are not stored as database objects. So you won't open table browser directly on a query. So views are great for data representation. Queries are great for data retrieval logic. Both are useful. Both have their place. So to summarize, views are database level and read-only. Queries are application level and flexible. Views are great for consistency. Queries are great for reuse and adaptability. Knowing when to use which is what separates working solutions from well-designed ones. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you're repeating the same joins everywhere, either a view or a query is trying to save you from yourself.